It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
Hello and welcome to the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortek, joined this evening by Miss Jemmy, Mr. Dreadlow, and Miss Lulupea. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
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 So,
yeah.
lots and lots and lots going on in the world of gaming and entertainment. I want to start with ComicCon. Our friend Lulupea just returned from ComicCon, and she has all kinds of stories that are going to take over the entire show.
No.
Or like five little stories that will last a minute each. One or the other.
You were there.
I was there.
Were you there the whole time? Or...
I was there the entire time, including preview night.
Wow.
So 5 days, Wednesday through Sunday.
Wow. That's a lot. I didn't know it went on that long.
Yes, and it's kind of a nightmare. Because it's just a lot of line waiting. To do everything that you want to do.
How much would you say, like...
It's a huge event, though.
It is, it's huge.
Percentage...
They have... Huh?
The percentage of Comic-Con, how much is it waiting in line versus doing anything else?
Like 90 to 95%.
Oh,
gosh.
I kid you not. Like, short story of the year before last year, I waited in line to get T-shirts, and there was a line to go to the T-shirts, and there were 3 lines to get into the line to get T-shirts. So I was in the 4th line to get in the 3rd line. The 3rd line was waiting for the 2nd line, and the 2nd line was waiting for the 1st line to get into those. I waited 2.5 hours to get a T-shirt last year. That was it. Like,
that's
nuts.
Well, you know, Minecon was like that too.
So I've heard.
If,
a lot of conventions are like that.
If Vortek goes to Minecon,
I'm sure it'll be
the
same thing.
Look forward to that.
I would hope that because this is their 3rd one, they have it a little more put together than the first one. I heard the first one was a disaster in terms of like things to do.
Oh yeah, because the panels and stuff were some of them were at the same time, and if you wanted to see one panel and then the other panel, you couldn't because they were at the same time. So you had to pick. Okay, well, which one should I watch? Which should I go to? So yeah, that was a lot of panels overlapped and that kind of stuff. But yeah. But anyway, we're talking about Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah. Comic-Con.
Best costume you saw.
Kamikaze-Con.
Best costume?
Yeah.
Are we strictly gaming or everything?
Just
everything.
in general.
Adam Savage as Admiral Akbar. That was because it was a legitimate Star Wars costume. Like he'd actually bought the mold and didn't know that it had come from ILM. And Adam does this thing every year where he does Adam Incognito and he'll walk the floor in cosplay. Yeah. But he's always got the best costumes, and I'm pretty sure. I saw him walk by. I was like, "That's Adam. It's got me." Oh, okay, bye. You're supposed to run up to him, like he tells you to come up to me and ask if I'm Adam Savage, and then
he gives you a hug.
Right, then he'll give you like a piece of candy or something.
That's kind of creepy.
No, it's really cool.
I'd accept a candy from him.
If you see me by my van, run up to me.
If you're 15, he'll give you candy.
It was really cool. There actually wasn't as much cosplaying this year as there usually is, which is really weird. It was like Comic-Con was to the extreme last year. Like they had 135,000 people at Comic-Con last year, like attendees.
Wow.
This year you could actually walk the floor, and when I say walk, I mean like it's still crammed packed, but you weren't stopping every 5 seconds because people were cutting you off. Like it was actually a little more doable this year, but there weren't a lot of great panels, and like this wasn't a big year for Comic-Con, so the attendance was probably super low.
Yeah, when they're going to announce huge things, then I imagine it's crazy. They did announce a couple of crazy things. The new Avengers movie, they got the title for that announced.
Yeah.
Oh?
I can't tell anything about that because, well.
Now I already know exactly what you could say. I was just talking about the title. Ultron, something. Crap! Now I forgot the title. Something Ultron.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
Is
something dark
Avengers
side?
2.
Something dark side.
Is Spider-Man going to be
Fight
in it?
for Ultron, I think.
I don't think that's
Honestly,
it.
I can't remember because when it was told to us, it was not called that. But
They also announced a Batman and Superman movie.
Yep.
I don't know how
They
that's
also
gonna
announced
work,
a Flash movie.
Flash.
And they announced a third. Oh, no, those were the 3. Sorry, those were the 3. I thought there was
Nice.
another one.
I know they previewed or maybe showed an early showing of At World's End. I can't remember, but I'm looking forward to that movie at the end of August.
They did a lot of previews for Trailer Park. They call it Trailer Park, which is when you sit in Hall H and you just go watch like trailers between big panels, and we got to see that luckily.
Oh, that's cool. Now,
No
what,
video game movies though.
in terms of games, though, you saw some
That's
crazy
good,
stuff.
Video game movies kind of suck.
Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of
They don't
games,
do
you
so
saw
hot.
crazy stuff, though. You showed me some of those pictures.
I did.
I was jealous.
The Coupe de Gras goes last because that was the most bad A thing ever. But went to the booth for Plants vs Zombies 2. Saw the video gameplay demo for Watch Dogs. Got to play on an Xbox One.
Oh,
That
nice.
was pretty,
They actually
pretty
function.
ridiculous. They only did a small demo, which was for Rise, so it's nah. It was a very condensed demo. It was like fight and kill people. Cool, you're done.
Aww,
I was like,
that's like
This is
disappointing.
kind of
Now
boring.
it's someone else's turn. Get out of here, kid.
Yeah, and the
But I
lines
mean, was
were
it-
ridiculous for that.
It was pretty much like playing on an Xbox normally, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's just the
nothing
graphics
special.
were incredible. Holy cow,
Oh.
the graphics just were mind blowing. How fine detail and how or high poly they are now. It's just incredible.
Nice.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
What else was there? Pikmin 3. We saw Pikmin 3. I didn't get in line to play that, but I did stand around. I was like, "What's going on?" Okay, cool. Like I was just lurking in the crowd until they told me to go away because you can't stand because they're real anal about that.
Oh, my gosh.
But the best part, oh my gosh, the best part was I got to walk and be on a real pirate ship for Assassin's Creed 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had a
Shit.
pirate ship
Didn't you tweet
in the
a picture of
marina.
it?
Show
Do what?
You tweeted a picture of it, didn't you?
Yeah, there's pictures on
Yeah.
my Twitter. I didn't put all of them. I need to put a Tumblr up and kind of
I saw it.
some
I
of the
saw
pictures
it.
up there.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
Had the-
it was
had
it was
that
free to get
assassin-
on.
Had the logo and everything on the.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking cool. And you got onto the pirate ship, and you could stay on as long as you wanted, which is weird because they never do anything like that. But you got on and you just kind of walked around, and Todd McFarlane, who is designing the toys for Assassin's Creed 4, and I think he also did 3, was there doing free autographs and everything. So I actually got 2 8x10. I don't know, pieces of paper, I don't know, pictures that have like Connor and Edward on them, and then he autographed them. Got to shake his hand, see the toys like in pre-production and post-production. That was really awesome. And then we went down underneath for a single-player gameplay demo, and that was mind-blowing. That was just so freaking incredible.
Oh,
It was
wow.
so beautiful, Jimmy. I thought of you the whole time. I was like, oh my god, Jimmy would love this. It was
I'm
so
still mad
good,
at her, though.
I hate the East Coast.
It was so incredibly beautiful. Like Assassin's Creed is getting to that point where for me it's like, okay, there's another one coming. I still like the games, but I don't get as excited. I was like shaking. I was like so excited to see it. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited about Assassin's Creed again.
That's cool.
I know.
And
We
I
can't.
got to meet the two of the guys, like the game developers and the client relations guy. They demoed it, so I went up and talked to them for a minute or two, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna yeah." Like I couldn't talk.
Well, duh, it's gonna be great. You did-
They actually had cannons on the ship, and you could go for a weapons demonstration, and they shot cannons.
Why would you not?
It was awesome.
Where did the cannonballs go, or were they blanks?
What guy said no
They were blank. They
Okay.
were blank.
to the
Because
weapons
they couldn't shoot into the marina. Like it'd
That'd be
probably kill a
awesome.
whale or
Why not?
something. But yeah, that was really cool. They had the toys on display. Like they had pirates on ships singing, which is like something that's going to be in the game where you unlock pirate songs and you'll hear them singing, and Edmund or Edward will sing along with it. Like, it's a little cheesy,
That's
but
dumb.
it was so
I
cool.
kind of like that.
I get it, but it's like, oh, come on.
The
Jemmy,
funny part is that I have a friend that works at Ubisoft, and I was like posting my stuff, and he was like, "You're not helping out on Watch Dog." I was like, "Well, they're just promoting the crap out of Assassin's Creed," and he didn't believe me. So I went to the Watch Dogs booth, and on the big panel screen, they were playing at the Watch Dogs booth Assassin's Creed footage. I was like, "That's really bad." And I sent him the picture, and he's like, "Son of a dang it. He was like, yeah,
That's
we're gonna
funny.
have to talk about that because he's working on Watch Dogs. So I was like, I told you, I did what I could, but they're not promoting Watch Dogs.
It's okay. I really wanted to see Assassin's Creed anyway.
Yeah, it's like I'm excited about Watch Dogs, but Assassin's Creed was like that was my show winner for the entire event. That was mind blowing.
Well, I'm still angry at Jemmy because she hasn't played Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
so how do you have the right to be excited about Assassin's Creed 4 when you have like
Because I
the
know
newest
I'll
thing?
play it before 4 comes out.
Well, yeah,
and I get
but
the chance to play that.
but you have no reason to be so bent out of shape because you have this
Because
amazing
it's
game.
Pirates!
There's pirates in the other one, kinda.
No. 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 There's
Kinda.
not pirate. There's
When
little,
they were-
like, no.
When they were doing the single player demonstration, my friend that went with us, Jason, we sat literally front row center. We were not real far from the TV, and I was like, I have to sit here because I have to see everything. And he actually hasn't played 3. He's still on Brotherhood, so he hasn't even played Revelations or 3. So
Wow.
to him, it was just mind blowing. He's like, oh my god, you guys like you need to play 3 because a lot of this is in 3. It's just not expanded upon like it is now. But they actually told us when they were doing the demo that the world is about 50 times larger than it's ever been, and it's open from the very beginning of the game. You don't even have to start missions.
Oh,
You
wow.
can turn the game
I
on,
could just sail
go through the main story.
and
Yes,
destroy stuff?
yes.
That's
From the
crazy
very
because they
beginning,
always do those
the entire map
boundaries.
is revealed.
I didn't mind the boundaries, actually, because they did it right. Because you're in an animus, so you have an excuse as to why you can't go to that moment in time because it's historical.
Mm-hmm.
So I always
There are
accepted it.
certain, I don't remember if he said islands or what, but he said there are certain parts where if you don't upgrade your ship, you can't get to them or you won't survive, essentially. It's basically a forced upgrade. But the entire map is pretty much open world as soon as you start the game. You can go do whatever you want. It's ridiculous.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
That makes sense, though, to keep you from getting to the end of the game before you do it.
It
We
was.
call those amusement park games.
What?
They were. It was. I love that amusement park game.
Amusement park games where it's so open that you can do anything you want. That's kind of like what Grand Theft Auto is like.
It
like
will
an
be like
amusement park.
Disney World for
Sandbox games, you're saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I've heard the term amusement park game too.
Yeah, I've heard that term.
me. I've never heard that term in my life.
It makes
Amusement
sense.
park
You don't
games?
play them.
Is that like an older term?
I don't know.
Older? Or...
No.
Well, speaking
We
of
didn't
Grand
have
Theft
those
Auto,
kind of games.
I learned something very interesting about Grand Theft Auto 5, which I didn't even know was a problem.
Uh-oh.
As it turns out, there's a petition
It's not
going
coming out soon
around.
enough.
There's a petition going around. It has 200,000 signatures so far, I guess, for Grand Theft Auto 5 to be brought on the PC, which I didn't think was even a thing. They've all been on the PC. So, kind of concerned.
Apparently,
What-
not soon
what-
enough.
What platforms are they on now?
It's going to be on PlayStation
Xbox
and Xbox. Like,
Xbox and
The new-
PS3.
well, no, wait, yeah, it's going to be on this generation, not the next
Yeah.
one, because those.
Because it's
It'll be on
releasing,
both.
like, in August, right?
I don't
September,
see why
I
they
thought.
wouldn't have it on PC then. That doesn't make sense. Unless they decide. Well, you know, like with Fable 3, they'd said the same thing. They were not going to do PC because Fable 2 kept getting pirated and it just was a waste for them, so they weren't going to do Fable 3 on PC. And then, you know, a year down the road, we'll release it on.
Fable 2 was pirated because it wasn't worth the money. not because people just wanted to
No, but I
steal
mean,
it.
no, they weren't going to put Fable 3 on PC. It was going to be strictly consoles, and then they ended up doing it after all. So I
Oh.
don't know, maybe.
I
That's-
bet it would be one of those things where it comes out on consoles first, and everyone else can just wait for the PC version. Because they never said they're not going to do it. They just said we're considering it. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you have Grand Theft Auto's been on PC since Grand Theft Auto 3. At least they have Grand Theft Auto 3 now. I don't know if it came out on PC originally, but it's there now. It's kind of
Right.
not fair
It
to let
originally did.
all those people that
know
have played it though up to now
Vice
are going to
City
lose
did,
out. Vice City, yeah.
Yeah.
And all the expansions that were released originally on PSP have been formatted to consoles and PC now, right? Like Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories.
Yeah. I
Remember
think
those?
Yeah, all of them are PC.
Yeah. So That's kind of depressing if it doesn't go to PC, because I'm not planning on buying it on console, especially if the new consoles are coming out soon. But
See,
It'll be on PC. They'll just wait like an absorbent amount of time to make sure you get it twice.
I got this. It's on PC. I don't know. I don't understand.
They're probably
Even
just
comes with a
trying
book.
to
It's a whole book.
make people hold on.
that, or they want to see a petition come through to know how much they're going to sell on the PC. I think PC is becoming a dominant gaming platform, honestly.
Well, I've noticed a lot of people are willing to rebuy old games that they bought on console for PC. So I think that's part of the reason companies like to delay it, because they'll know you buy it again on Steam or something.
Yeah,
When the Steam sale comes around.
maybe, but that's going to be dirt cheap when I finally do. I bought Grand Theft Auto 4 on PC because I never had the expansions, and it was dirt cheap with the entire set, the games I never had and the game I already had. So they're not going to make a whole lot of money off me if they wait that long. But it's just confusing. And yeah, PC is already, honestly, it is already a dominant platform, but I'm saying I know of a lot of console gamers that are moving from console to PC. Yep. Lulupea is a good example. Yeah. So I never thought I would be like that either, but all my friends are playing on PC now. So,
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
There's just so many other things, other kinds of games that are PC only that you can't get on a console, and so, if you want to play those games, then you have to have an Xbox and a PC, and since Xbox or PlayStation has games that are PC also, might as well just stay with PC since you got all the extra games and, whatever.
You do your homework.
Yeah.
Or work.
Yeah.
I did find it funny earlier, sorry, that we were talking about, this kind of loops back to Assassin's Creed 4 a little bit. We were looking up the different types of not expansions, like limited edition, black chest edition, stuff like that. And that's when I was asking Excel earlier. I was like, hey, will you get me the European version if I send you money? And it turns out when we were doing research earlier that Assassin's Creed 4 will be coming out on PS3 and Xbox 360, on its due date. But it's also coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on New Year's Eve.
I don't understand that. Is the game going to be...
It makes me wonder, it's like, maybe they're going to do something like that. Maybe for Rockstar will, like, okay, it's going to come out now, but later down the road, we're going to put it out for PC.
Are they going to charge
which is a
twice,
stupid
though?
business decision sometimes.
Oh.
Because then they're going to lose all their money.
For that on PC, I'll be mad. I need the prettiness of on PC.
I don't understand. Are they going to make the game more spectacular on the newer consoles? Or
Probably.
is it going to be the same game and you can just kind of choose which one you want to buy it on?
It's the same game, but
It might look
up-res
better?
for the newer consoles, and maybe some extra perks, like DLC stuff, like here's a sword, and here's a new hat, like here's a rabbit out of my hat.
Because
Like,
you were willing to wait and buy it on the new console.
Or you want to buy it twice.
They're playing for both people who don't want the new Xbox or PlayStation by doing an on-time release and then a later release.
I have trouble buying,
people who want to wait.
at least in the past, I have trouble buying console games when I know the new generation's coming. Because I know all those games are going to be re-released on a console. They've always done that, on the new console. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just wait. Maybe it'll look better on the Xbox 360 instead of the original Xbox. And
Just
so I would
a
wait.
little bit, not hugely though.
Yeah, but then once you get that new Xbox, you're never going to turn on your old one again, unless you go to play an old game, because backwards compatibility is flipping gone. But that's my point. I just want to hook up one system, so I'm going to wait for that game to come out on that new system. So I get that. I can see why they would re-release it. I'm just wondering if those people who buy it on the 360 are going to miss out if they didn't get it on their Xbox One.
Yeah. North America's missing out on Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. The European version's like getting all this awesome
it's
stuff.
It's because Ubisoft is a European company, so therefore they're going to give the European,
Yeah.
That's
a
not
better,
fair.
a better bargain. Which their stuff is just mind blowing. I would kill as a collector to have some of that stuff, but
Minecraft is Swedish, but they gave us the first Minecon.
That's
true, but
they
I
did.
I think he just wanted to go to Vegas.
I think so too.
Vegas is nice.
Vegas
Don't-
is fun.
I mean, they had Minecon in Sweden. It'd probably be about 10 people show up.
Yeah, like America is probably the largest gaming hub in the world, so therefore they're going to make the most money marketing here. But Ubisoft, because there's so many studios all over the world that it doesn't really matter because people are still going to buy the game even if it's in North America or Europe. I'm just one of those people who I'm like a collection person where it's like I need the coolest stuff because that's just what I do. So, but no one else would really do that. I'm just weird.
But, they might also have went by statistics as well. They might have looked at how many sales they had in, say, Europe as opposed to how many sales they had in America and said, well, it looks like America sold a lot more copies. Let's just have the convention in America first. I'm
Maybe.
thinking.
Maybe.
I'm talking about with Minecon.
I guess London did pretty well. That was also a Disney theme park, so I'm surprised that
Euro Disney.
Minecon isn't going to be at Disney World this year. I thought for sure it's
It
going
may
to be
be.
really
It's
close.
not.
Don't
If
wish
it's-
that.
If it's in Orlando, though, it's really close.
It's going to
by.
be really close. It gets its own convention hall, though. They're using some convention hall.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know the convention hall. They're probably using.
that might be better. Less
I drive
distraction.
by it all the time
Maybe
when I'm
they
down
had-
there.
Maybe they had they thought about it, and last year didn't turn out so well with it being at Disney World. So they thought, oh well, let's just keep
Make
it at
it
a
nearby.
convention.
Well, there's so
Yeah.
many more companies now that have probably spawned as a result of Minecraft that they could probably fill a lot more booth space,
Oh yeah,
Which-
true.
Yeah.
which is pretty cool because people are, oh my gosh, it's amazing how one person's game can make so many more people like successful,
Oh, I know. Think about it. He kind of opened the door for a lot of these games to do the alpha beta thing.
Yeah. That
A
was
lot of these indie games.
I'm actually
And
still upset about
entertainers.
that. Entertainers
Huh?
too.
Yeah.
I'm still
And
upset about the alpha beta thing because I feel like games are still using that as like, for example, Starforge is on Steam right now. You pay like $20 I think to play it or $30, and it's still called an alpha. And I'm thinking, why should I test your game if I have to pay $30 to test it?
Ooh.
Well, it's also a risk too.
harsh.
Because what if they decide to just scrap development?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
Just bought a game that's not even going to be a full game.
Ever.
And I've seen that happen, but rarely. There have been games that have been scrapped, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's as big as.
I'd
don't
be
think
worried.
they
I think
scrap games.
Kickstarter is the one I'm most leery of. Or weary. Is it leery or weary?
Yeah.
Either way.
Weary?
I've backed
Leery.
one game on Kickstarter, and I'm confident that it's going to do just fine because they more than surpassed their goal. They made over $1 million. It was Stone. What was it? Crap.
Wow. You sure you're
I
that confident?
I'm so confident in this game right now, you guys.
You know what I'm confident in?
Yes.
What?
Angry Birds
No.
Star Wars 2. Because that was announced last week as well.
Ah, Stonehearth.
I'm sure people were
Stonehearth. Okay, I
Stone-
know which one you're
banging
talking
down the
about.
door for that. More angry.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, the
Um,
Kickstarter. I'm very cautious when it comes to giving anyone money on
I-
there
I've
because
done-
I've
I've
heard
done
horror
two-
stories from
two
Mr. Dreadlow.
Actually, I've done 3 Kickstarters. Prison Architect was they weren't on Kickstarter website, but they had their own Kickstarter thing going. So I did that, and I'm very glad I did because it's a pretty big game. It's on Steam, and I did Castle Story, and I was happy with that because they also gave me a Steam key, and I was able to get it on Steam. However, there's a couple of them that I don't see any progress whatsoever, and I put money into it, and there's nothing happening. I don't see any emails coming from them or nothing.
Yeah.
One is Yog Ventures. I haven't seen anything on that.
Well, they're not going
Um,
to drop
That's
that.
a shame. You'd think they would be all over, like, at least giving updates
Yeah, I
of
just
some
feel like
kind.
they might have
Like,
scrapped it. And then
Oh,
there's
no.
another game that I did. I don't even remember what it is. That's how bad
can
it
they
was.
scrap that if they're like size?
It was unplayable. I mean, it's just completely unplayable. I can't remember the name of the game, but it's unplayable, and I can't play it. So, and they haven't done anything with it yet. And the Kickstarter was over a year ago, over a year ago, and nothing's happened with it. So yeah, Kickstarter is a risk when you get involved with it.
Investing in anything is a risk.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you set a goal for yourself and you've done the math and you know that's your goal, you have no reason not to finish a project.
Exactly.
And if you can't finish it, you need to come forward and say, look, we set the goal too low. Either here's your money back or, yeah, it's a donation. So they don't have to do that. But I feel like if they want to keep Kickstarter alive, people need to have faith in it. So, they got to do something. Like, we need to set a new goal. If we had this much more money, here's what we could finally achieve. Very sorry about not setting a high enough goal before, but do you guys mind helping us out again?
I just feel like, the risk is, what if it's the guy that, says, I'm going to make this awesome game. He makes the Kickstarter, gets $500,000, right? Gets his money, goes out and spends it all, and never does anything with the game. That's what I'm worried about.
It could happen, and
that could happen, yeah.
I feel like someone would be under investigation after that, though.
Yeah,
because that you wouldn't be able to get away with that very easily with the internet and how much isn't safe. I feel like someone would catch on to that, especially if you make that much money, like $1 million for Stonehearth. Am I saying that right? I'm not saying anything.
Stonehearth, yeah.
$1 million was raised, so that's people all around the globe. Someone's bound to notice they're not working on it at some point and kind of investigate.
Right. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that, but.
Although, going back to Minecraft, the server company I was dealing with, they were just like a 3-man team. They had their services, and they sold servers to lots of people. And then what happened was one of the guys just decided, I don't want to do this anymore. He waited for everybody to make their monthly payment, and then he took off with all the cash and didn't pay the server company, that holds the servers, and so everybody lost their server.
That sucks.
And so when the other two guys that were a part of the company tried to file a lawsuit and all that stuff, it never went anywhere.
Oof.
So they never got the money back, and he got away with it. That's a criminal. That's a criminal act right there.
For sure. And that's the one problem with independent anything. You always run that risk of the person just losing their mind, flipping out and going away. But I still have a lot more faith in independent developers these days than I do the AAA, publishers. I think everyone kind of feels that way.
Well, I have more faith they'll do something original.
Yeah.
I feel like Greenlight is probably safer for me, because once I vote for something and then it ends up on Steam, it's I don't know. I feel as though it's pretty legit. Now I know people argue with me because of the War Z fiasco, but believe it or not, Steam was also deceived by the whole thing. So you can't blame Steam for it.
And Steam did pull it till they fixed it.
They didn't fix it at all, though. I don't think, did they? They changed the title.
Now they changed the name.
Yeah, they changed the name. Fooled some people.
Infestation survival story.
Yeah, and some people went on Twitter. I loved this. There was really big people on Twitter saying, so, remember the World War Z? Well, they changed their name to this. Don't buy it. And I'm thinking, that's awesome, because they deserve that. They were just stealing people's money left and right.
They do.
But a lot of people are also thinking that they changed the name because they were trying to deceive people, when in actuality, in a way, it was because of the movie World War Z, so they really had to change the name, I think. But you never know. It could have been just an excuse for them to change the name so that they can.
They were probably more than happy to.
Right.
Yeah, they had a real bad rap, so a new name probably would go over really well with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always good to do your homework before you do get involved or invest into a Kickstarter. Like look at the developers. Who are they? Have they done things in the past? Whatever.
Stalk them on Twitter.
A little different. Yeah.
Stalk them on Twitter.
Get their Facebook profiles.
No, they should.
Home address.
That would make me really confident if the developer was willing to give away some personal information. Like, here's my personal Facebook page. You can follow me on there.
Here's my resume.
Yeah, like, this is why you should trust me. But for the most part, I don't hear too many bad stories about people on Kickstarter screwing people over. So
no, sometimes they delay things so long that it takes forever for something to come out. And
yeah.
I think eventually they'll come out.
I've heard are like canceled projects. I haven't heard a story where somebody really took the money and ran with Kickstarter.
No, and
Yeah.
if the Kickstarter doesn't make its goal, they don't get any money. So
Uh-oh.
What?
I think... Okay, never mind.
what?
Nothing.
Is the FBI listening to our conversation?
Dan looked like he was frozen.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
It could be. My internet's been really.
I thought we were about to lose you.
I hope not. That keeps happening in everything I'm trying to do with other people. The internet connection keeps dropping mid-recording.
Wow.
It happened with Drew the last couple times we've tried to record Drew and Dan, and it's happened here the last couple times we've tried to do the podcast. But
I got to listen to the next show too. That was put up tonight.
I think it's done better. The internet, it's held out a little bit more. But while we're on the topic of Minecraft, kind of, sort of, a little bit, I mentioned this last week. Minecon Server Edition. I'm going to be there. Yeah. Just so you know, I'm just going to keep mentioning it once in a while. I'm going to be at Minecon Server Edition, so go to minecon.se.
I still got to get whitelisted.
And
I gotta apply.
Yeah, it's really
get
easy
your
to do.
tickets.
Tickets are infinite and free. So go check that out. We're going to have a booth there.
They're going to crash that server.
It's
going to happen.
I'm interested to see what happens because they said that tickets are unlimited, which means anyone can register and come on. Mm-hmm. You know, can the server hold 1,000 people or more? I don't know. I've seen servers that hold 2,000 people.
I wonder if they'll have multiple servers and you'll get like a server guide of like what booths are on that server.
That I don't know. I toured the convention center that they built, and there's not a whole. It's not very confusing to get around. It's pretty evenly laid out and pretty symmetrical. And
almost just like a convention center.
Yeah,
kinda.
Like a real convention center. And there's halls that they have closed off right now, but there's going to be a hall. One of them's labeled disco, so not sure what's going to be in there. I guess maybe note block tunes or something. I don't know. One of them's labeled games. They're going to have mini games throughout the whole event. And there was they're doing panels, or people can get up and talk. So they're going to be live streaming the event, and people are going to jump on that live stream. And I guess their character will stand on the stage, but they'll be in the live stream talking about it. But
that's cool.
I know a lot of people from our server.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's for people who can't get to go to the Minecon, the real Minecon convention, and maybe meet some of their favorite YouTubers and stuff. They can at least do it online at this server convention, which I guess this is the second one they've done. There was one last year.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
This is the second one.
So that's
second
pretty cool.
annual.
Second annual. That's pretty cool.
God, why didn't we come up with that, Dan?
Because that's a lot of work, and I don't want to be in charge of it.
Is there Hall H?
True.
I need to know if there's a Hall H, because that's always a long line. I want to wait in line at Hall H. I can't do it again. I've done it so many times.
There can't be lines because you can walk through people.
Yeah, true. You can't.
Oh my gosh! Actually, I have to. I
cut to the front.
I have to make the worst confession ever. I need to do this somewhere. I'm going to do it publicly right here.
Oh gosh.
I found a loophole for ComicCon. A legitimate loophole. I used it legitimately.
Was it a Disney Fast Pass?
I didn't have to. I found a way to cut the lines faster and legally.
Oh.
You
I got
share.
a disabled sticker on my badge because I have bad knees, and my doctor has actually said, you can't stand for long periods of time. You can't go jogging. You can't go running. You can't do anything like that.
As long as it's legitimate, and you didn't steal it off some grandma's wheelchair.
I always deal with it. I just put up with it because I don't want to be one of those guys. And after this year, I was like, I just can't do it anymore. I can't do it. So I went up to the booth, and I was like, I need a sticker. And she's like, okay. Didn't question me.
They can't.
And she's like, cool.
They can't because they can really offend
my badge, She put the sticker on there, and she's like, do you have an assistant or an attendant? And I'm like, yeah. And when my friend went with me, and he was basically my camel. Like, he was the one who had to carry everything for me. And then when you have that sticker, you get to go to, like, the front of the line and get into all the panels and all the toy shops and all that first.
Okay, so my original question was, how much of Comic-Con was waiting in lines? You said 95%. So how much was it for you with that little...
Well, I got it on Thursday. I got it on Thursday morning, I think. No, I'm sorry, Friday morning, because I didn't... Yes, Thursday morning. And at that time, we had only went to Comic-Con on Thursday because we wanted to go see the Dexter panel, because that was, like, the big thing for us, was going to see Dexter. And I went and got my sticker, And I called my friend. I was like, Brenda, I got a sticker. I need to. Where are you? Because her and her husband Jason got one too because he's got bad knees as well.
Mhm.
And they were like, oh yeah, you gotta go this way. She told me the wrong direction to go, so I ended up going to the back of the line. So I didn't get to use it there, but I did use it for yesterday's Doctor Who panel, which that was pretty cool.
That must have been worth it.
The line cutting was kind of cool. I still had to wait in line for like 2.5 hours, but it was better than like the 5,000 to 10,000 people that were standing outside waiting to get in line.
Yeah, Vortex.
Yeah.
Minecon.
The line to wait
these.
to get in line.
Yes.
Get one of these, put it on your knee. There you go. You
I
be
actually
set.
bought another knee brace because I was worried that people were going to question me.
I have a.
Because I didn't
one
take
bad
my knee brace down there, and I was like, I feel really bad if I walk up and they're like, what's your problem? I have bad knees.
I have
Really?
this knee
Because you don't
brace.
look like it.
I have this knee brace I found in my closet, so I'm wearing it.
Well, I do have a bad knee. That's what this is for. But
Aw.
I don't do a lot of walking and stuff, so it doesn't
So
affect
make
me. I don't wear
sure
it all the
when
time.
you go to Minecon, you get a disabled sticker.
There you go.
In front of the lines, you get all the Comic-Con, all the collectibles.
You know, I might walk in and
Comic-Con.
they'll give me one by default. They'll look at me and go,
Or
"Ooh."
you know what? Just go all out. Get a wheelchair.
Do it! Oh my gosh, that's even more worth it. There was a woman in front of me with little cat ears that like respond to your emotions, and she had a motorized wheelchair. We're just like, that's smart. That's really smart.
Those are so dumb. The cat ears, I mean.
We're teaching people
Oh, her
how
and
to
her
cheat.
attendant both had cat ears. It was kind of weird.
Aw.
You could tell when they were lying or they were upset because they go, they would tuck back. Oh, that did not make them very happy.
That's funny.
That's weird.
So this all loops back into going, when you go to Minecon, get a disabled sticker. Don't do it if you're not legitimately like
I'm
disabled.
not, so I'm not going to do that. But
But if you are, free pass.
maybe I'll try to break something before I go.
You got flat feet. What the heck, you know? No, it's kidding.
It's not like I'm trying to get out of the
They won't let you in the
draft.
military.
I'm flat-footed and I'm too ticklish. I can't.
I'm too ticklish. I need a disabled
One of my
sticker.
friends used that when someone tried to recruit him to be in the military. Like, would you like to join the army? He's like, no, sorry, I'm flat-footed and too ticklish. Like, oh, okay. Great.
Just say if you have a mental disorder, you can't stand lines.
I'm deaf. What? What?
Standing in line drives me crazy.
Jimmy, you would not do well then, because
No.
it was
I-
bad.
I can do standing in line. Just
That's why I took my
That's
Nintendo.
disability. Standing in line makes me crazy.
Yeah, Nintendo DS time. That's it.
Yeah, I took my Nintendo DS and I sat there and I
Animal
played
Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And I street passed with so many freaking people. Like, and it sucks because you can only street pass with 20 people for Animal Crossing or 10 for like your like Find Me or whatever. So I had to keep literally 5 minutes. I had to keep going in and clearing those 10 so I could get more. And eventually I was like, I can't do this. I need to put this away. It's becoming a really bad addiction.
That's funny.
That sucks that there's that limit on
You
it.
can't come to my town.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if anyone wanted to come to my town, to go to my Happy Home Academy to order stuff, but you can't because that's not an online thing.
Oh.
Aw.
I'm still trying to figure out my internet for my place because I don't want to play it downstairs, but that's where the Wi-Fi is the strongest. So I can't do anything. Like, it sucks.
You need to buy a booster and put it in your
I-
room.
I have this thing, for those of you listening to the audio, it's this USB adapter that plugs into your computer and it carries its own Wi-Fi signal.
Oh, you bought that?
Well, I had this years ago when I had like Windows XP
Oh.
still or Windows Vista, and it worked. And now it doesn't work on this version of Windows, no matter what I do. It's broken. One
Have
or the
you
other.
Googled maybe like a ghetto version of the drivers?
I did. I'm gonna go to like
Did
Best
you
Buy.
actually
and
type
just,
in ghetto version? Because that's probably what you're missing.
I did. I typed in ghetto booty first, and then once I was done looking at that, I no.
Ooh, Dan, this is rated.
No,
Nintendo's ghetto booty.
Nintendo's ghetto booty.
Oh,
It's a pirate
man.
game, believe it or not.
So basically, what this thing does is you plug it in your computer and it creates another Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
and I can't seem to find a generic one. The Nintendo made this one. I don't know if they make a new one or not. I'm gonna find out, but I can't seem to find. It seems like such a simple concept, right?
Yeah.
So
it
why
does.
wouldn't we have like a generic one of those by now?
When did you buy that?
Oh, it was forever
They
ago.
stopped selling those like forever ago, though.
I-
Like soon after they started, they stopped selling them.
Because they look like this now.
Like what? What's that? Oh, that's
I think it's the same thing. It's a Wi-Fi thing.
What is that? Is that
That's the
No,
same
but
thing
his-
you have.
His thing.
this
specifically
provides
pairs with
Wi-Fi?
the
Does that
DS.
provide Wi-Fi?
Oh, I don't know.
Because my computer's hardwired, and then I plug this into it, and it provides a Wi-Fi connection.
I have a thought.
Yes.
I got you.
So, run with me
Interesting.
here. All you Mac haters out there. Don't judge me.
All you
I have a Mac
Machinators.
right here,
This
and it's sensitive.
This already sounds a lot more expensive.
It's very sensitive to when you make fun of it. But Mac has a thing built in where almost all Macs are wireless. You can hardwire them, but you can actually turn your Mac into a wireless router if it's plugged in or if it's hardwired. Can PCs do the same thing if your motherboard has a wireless adapter on it? Because you may be able to do it that way.
I would have to have a wireless
I
adapter to find
believe
out.
you can,
And like I said, that's what this is.
but you need the wireless adapter.
What
is
I'm
that?
saying is
That
yours,
looks inappropriate.
yours is so old.
Later,
That-
Why
by
are
the
you
way.
showing us a
Yours
condom?
is- Yours is
I know,
large.
that's what I thought it was.
No, I'm wondering why
Like
it's
a
so
giant
big.
one.
What?
It's supposed to
It's
be
a
like
disc.
5 times smaller than that.
Like, listen to that wrapper
It's a disc.
in your pants.
Put it in your mouth.
Lito, put that
Drivers
away.
for it.
Plastic disc.
This is the drivers for it, but I think.
Oh wait, I
think
see
you
the hole.
can.
That's where it goes. Okay.
I
Oh
know-
my god.
Oh my god.
It's
I
really
think-
thick for extra
Here, I'll tip
protection.
your waitress.
I think you can turn this into a hotspot.
Put it in
I'm
the
not
hole?
sure.
I'm sure.
I'd have to research that.
I'll look. I'll find something. I'm sure.
But it's a Wi-Fi adapter, and I think it goes two ways, doesn't it?
Does it go two ways?
It's a two-way.
All the time.
It's a
All
two-way.
day, every day.
But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is yours is so old, it's like super long. Well, this is how they make them now. They make them real small now.
There
I don't
was
think
a
you
rating
can buy
on
them
this
like that
podcast.
anymore. Yours is for Windows 95.
Really big is out of style. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So basically, because mine's too big, it doesn't work ananymore. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm just
You
saying.
ruined.
I'm just
Lord.
saying I've never seen
This is getting
I mean-
bad.
even my mouse dongle. They
You're
call
not
them dongles, by the way.
This is getting worse and worse.
The mouse dongles now for the wireless mice are those little tiny things now.
yeah, no,
now,
I have
they used
those.
to be real long.
They're
They're not anymore.
I got a medium-sized one. I have a
I have a
medium
small
dongle.
mine's super small
this?
now.
This is a Bluetooth dongle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Looks like a
this is
flash
so I
drive.
It
can
looks like a flash jump drive.
hook up. Yeah, it does. But now, when you go to Radio Shack to buy a Bluetooth dongle, it's not like this size. This is like from 10 years ago. Now they're like little tiny things.
Was there even Bluetooth 10 years ago? Like, I don't
No,
even
I'm
feel
I
like
don't
there
know
was.
who-
10 years ago.
I
I
have
don't
one.
think there was.
Why
Oh,
does
she's got a tiny one.
who
See,
uses
those little mini
Bluetooth
things,
though?
That's what they make
I
now.
my tiny one.
They make them tiny now. They don't make them. Yeah.
Does anyone use
I
Bluetooth?
feel like I'm gonna lose those.
Well,
Bluetooth
they're,
is
they're made with the idea of never taking them out of your computer, so.
Like
No.
Bluetooth for
is
cars
for
makes sense,
wireless, but I don't know.
maybe
I
this
don't
is
know what
it is
this
Bluetooth
headset
technology.
uses. It's
I'm just
not
being dumb.
Bluetooth.
Don't mind me. I'm just being dumb.
Bluetooth is for your phone and stuff, but it'll also work on a computer.
I guess this is
I
probably
would like
a
to
Bluetooth.
pair my phone with my computer
That would be
because
pretty dope.
passing photos and all that other stuff would be a
I
lot
figured
easier.
out a way to make my phone a hotspot
I
for my
can't do that.
computer using Bluetooth without having to go through the company. It's weird.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it.
with an
Ooh.
Android, I might be able to do that. But
You rebel! You
Magic.
scoundrel scum!
Yeah, it's kind of cheating, but it works.
Can I
It's
get some
just
credits?
magic.
If my internet ever went out,
Oh,
I have
oh.
I have that option.
that's true. Except it wouldn't be that good. You couldn't exactly game on it.
'Cause
Yeah.
through the company I go through, they
Well,
charge
no.
me $10 extra to make this into a hotspot
Or you could
a month.
jailbreak it, but that's not an iPhone, so forget I said that. Hi.
You can jailbreak these, or actually you can what they
Root
call
them.
root them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
The Android root.
So
Yeah.
Root.
we
Anyway,
have gone way off topic. There
What?
was something I brought to everyone's
What's the
attention
topic?
before the show.
okay.
Oh, we were talking about kittens.
We were not
I
talking
want
about
to
kittens.
liked 20 of them together.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to just have them all
Thanks
surround
a
me.
lot.
Don't get me started on kittens. You wouldn't believe what happened. I talk about it off the
Okay.
off the show.
I
I
don't
have a
think I want to
question.
hear it. What? What is
Who's
your
going
question?
to Minecon? Out of the four of us, I said 5 because the
I
big
can't.
box is showing Dan twice.
I'm gonna
No,
try.
I want
tickets.
to.
Tickets were
I
supposed to go on
can't.
sale this month, and I haven't seen them yet. So I'm going as long as tickets go on sale and I don't miss out. That's my plan.
How much are tickets?
I don't know yet.
Because like Orlando is one of my old stomping grounds. That's where I went for college and stuff. So I have like hookups, as in people can stay with and party and drink.
Nice.
Oh
If,
wow.
You know, if you're over 21 and you're a responsible adult,
oh,
then
I
you can
can't
drink.
Go, then.
Darn it! It's not
Rita,
me.
we're not allowed.
Yeah,
Jimmy
it
and
all
I
depends
will
on.
still enjoy ourselves.
My
Oh,
problem
yeah.
is anything on the East Coast, I'd have to take more time off of work than normal. When it was here in Vegas, actually I was able to drive because it's only an hour and a half away. So I was able to drive up there. So anywhere in the West Coast would be fine, but I can't take
Well, here's
too
the
much time
here's the
off of
thought
work.
though. When was the last time you took like a long vacation? Maybe you're entitled to that.
Right
yeah,
now.
but he won't pay me for it. That's it, you know.
Oh.
I'm in a by the way, I'm in a
Boo.
right to work state. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I'm living.
I think
in
you've
Clark
explained it.
Street.
Yeah, it's basically, you know, it's different than like say California. California,
We're an
you know,
at-will state.
they have to follow rules. You know, when they employ somebody, they have to treat them, you know, not as a slave, but as an employee.
That's a lie.
They have to give them. There's certain laws that protect the employee. In a right to work state, there's no real laws to protect the employee. There's federal statutes, you know, that the federal government sets up, like the minimum wage, the nation's minimum wage, things like that they have to follow. But when it comes to anything else, they can yeah, they'll give me a vacation, they just won't pay me for it.
Well, what if... Because it's over a weekend, right?
It's
Yeah,
it's only
a
2
weekend.
days.
So if it's a weekend, like, do you usually work weekends?
Yep.
Do you have, like, days off during the week? Like, apparently you have Mondays off.
Mondays and Thursdays.
So is there a way that you could shift it, like work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday? if
Yeah, but
need be,
yeah, it's just
and then
that-
have the weekend off because you've already worked the 2 days earlier in the
Well,
week.
yeah.
Like,
Here's how you
Yeah.
got to look at it. You have up until November to figure this all out. If
Yeah,
you tell
true.
them now and try to arrange it early on, you may be able to go.
we should all
yeah,
go.
I don't know what a flight would cost.
I'm
Not
trying
much.
to get. I don't want to officially announce this, but I do want to talk about it. I'm trying to get merchandise for everything Noob to hand out to people. I don't know what yet. It's going to be cheapo stuff.
I want gold chains.
It's not going to be gold
Blingo!
chains.
I want an EB around my neck, yo. I want it to
EB.
look like this, just
Can I wear a
hanging.
backwards hat?
What's EB?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything Boob.
Oh, Evie.
My drink is what it is.
She was hanging it right there. Everything boob.
The ladies' edition. Everything boob.
The Everything Boob podcast. What do they talk about? Video games, I guess. I don't.
I don't know. I don't
Not
pay
when
attention
I
to
have
that.
liquid in my mouth, Lito. I almost spewed the camera.
That was your fault.
Good point. I do like everything boob. That's pretty good. It's like the Jimmy and Lulupea sideshow. After hours with everything boob.
Oh my gosh.
You're rolling in money.
Everything boob.
Hi, this is Jimmy, and you're here for everythingboob.com. Tonight we're going to be discussing Xbox controllers and what they can do for you.
Wow.
Oh no.
How to
Oh.
permanently leave the vibrate function on your Xbox
Okay.
controller.
Okay.
Let's talk about those Wiimote controllers and
Oh
how
my God.
conveniently shaped those are.
This is just
Don't
gone.
judge me, okay?
This is just,
Legitimate concerns and thoughts that I have about controllers.
They're important. The shape
And
of the controller
iPhones.
and how it fits in your hand, that's important.
It's totally important.
I miss Boombody.
He's also a part of Everything Boob. He's one of our co-hosts. He's the one that you throw it to like halfway through the show. I'm never going to check with Boombody out in the field.
On the field.
And there's just these musty women around. Thanks, guys.
He's just drooling. He's drooling on the microphone, not saying anything. Thanks, Boombody.
So...
Then it becomes Everything Boombody.
Boob body.
Oh. That
The
guy.
side boob with boom body.
We've made a whole new show now. We've made an entirely new show. I'd look out for this one.
Oh, no.
April Fools.
We air
So-
on Fridays?
Earlier
You gotta
today,
compete with Loveline.
we a few of us got together and played some Monaco on the channel,
Oh,
on this
yeah.
channel. We never really
Yeah.
do
Go
that.
well?
No.
So anyway, we all played
they
Monaco.
kept dying.
Yeah, Lito and I aren't good at Monaco.
No.
Oh,
But-
come on,
Yeah.
guys. You letting me down.
I'm gonna pull some highlights from it, put it on the Everything Noob YouTube channel, and hopefully
Oh.
Twitch saved the video footage. If it did,
Sorry
yeah, I'll do
for all that cussing.
That's not a big deal. But
Yay!
That'll be
Free
on-
cussing.
that'll be on Everything Noob YouTube channel. And if you want to see more, we're going to try to get together Monday nights to do that, and possibly other nights throughout the week. Monday afternoons, really.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Vacation.
You don't have any games. You have nothing.
I-
You have Monaco and what?
we
Cube
could just
World.
talk Jimmy into
Monaco
playing or
is
buying
there.
Cube World.
Or we could talk you into buying Left 4 Dead 2.
Woo!
This
The
goes two
witches
ways.
are scary. They're so scary.
So that's the point.
Or
But I don't like them. They're
Team
scary.
Fortress. Team Fortress 2. We all suck at that, right? That could be funny.
Yeah.
How much is
Yeah. I
Left 4 Dead?
need to install
How
Left 4
much is
Dead
Left 4 Dead?
and Team
You
Fortress,
just
but I
missed
can get
the
those.
Steam sale.
I can get those in there right away.
I actually
But,
bought a game from my phone last night via the Steam sale, and that was pretty dapper.
Oh,
Nice.
you use the Steam? Yeah,
I use the
bet you,
Steam app
I
all
bet
the
you got a
time.
badge. I bet you got a badge for that.
It is
Maybe.
$20.
I think there's a
Wow.
Steam badge for that, for buying off of the app.
You know what's funny is Animal Crossing has a little badge system in it. We found out.
I
What's-
have all the badges.
You already have all the badges?
No, I have like 8 or 9.
Yeah, you get them. You just accomplish stuff, and it's like its own achievement system. But instead of a thing popping up and saying you got 50 fish, congratulations, it's this.
You have to go
creepy,
talk to a beaver.
Yeah, this creepy Boy Scout beaver comes to your town and gives you badges.
It's gonna be-
Well, I hate when that mole guy comes up when you
He
forget to
doesn't.
save your game. When you forget to save your game and go in your house, and then you log on, and then the guy comes
resetting
out of
the
the
mole?
ground and he starts yelling at you because you
Resetting.
you didn't save the game.
I told him the very first time I did that because I found the loophole of how to get turnips for the right price. And I
she
tested
cheated.
it, Dan. I was texting Dan that day. I was like, dude, they just went up to like 357 bells, but I already sold.
She made
And
me
I
a
was like, but
millionaire.
I didn't save the game.
I'm a flipping millionaire now because of that.
And I turned it off. I just turned it off because I didn't save.
Oh,
Turned
he
it back
gets
on.
mad.
Rossetti popped up, and he was like, well, what'd you do it for? And I was like, oh, my battery went dead. He's like, oh, okay, well, that's excusable. And then he's never come back ever since then. Because there was something about, like, do you ever want me to come back and remind you? And I was like, no, I don't.
No,
Get
I
out.
hate you.
I like how he threatens to erase your game.
Did I ever tell you guys what
Reset
happened?
button.
What happened in the
Bourbon.
original Animal Crossing? What I did?
I like bourbon. What?
The original Animal Crossing, he came up every time you didn't, save your game. And
Oh my gosh, yes.
every time he said something different, and the spiel got longer and longer and longer. Well, towards the last, so up to 10 times is where this kind of ends for me. At about 7 or 8, he comes up and starts threatening to erase the game save, and I'm thinking he wouldn't do that. So I go all the way to number 10, and he pops up and he's like, "That's it. I'm so done with you." I'm paraphrasing, but that's it. 3, 2, 1. The screen goes black. And I'm just waiting, and I'm like, what? And then he comes back, and he's like, I'm not going to erase your game. Just stop resetting. And then the whole cycle starts over again. But it's funny because it tries to scare you.
That's funny.
In mine, he actually he made me talk to the Nintendo. And he's like, you have to say it. And I was like, I was at work, and I couldn't. And I was like, I can't. What? I kept hitting A. And it's like, it wouldn't do anything. He's like, no, I need to hear you say it. I'm like, I'm hitting A. I literally sat there for 10 minutes, and when it finally wrapped around, I was like, oh, he wants me to say it into the... So I was like, I'm really sorry. It's like,
Wow.
it knocked me by, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Cool.
That was a nightmare.
You have to
I
apologize
gotta get
verbally.
one of those DSs, man, because
And one
this
of my
game
friends
is
heard me
unreal.
and was like, what are you sorry for? And I was like, nothing.
You're at work, and I'm really sorry. And everyone's around you's like, what?
It's like, what did you do?
I just sent a really bad.
I'm telling you,
Silent but deadly.
It's silent. I just sharded.
Wow.
as much as everybody hides the fact that they play Animal Crossing, I guarantee you that there's a large majority that do. They just don't say nothing.
Not anymore. I think
I'm
a lot
telling
more
you, that's a
people
cool
are open about it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that could be just made for kids. It's almost like the old cartoons, you know? There's no way those were made for kids because there's a lot of adult innuendos and stuff in it.
I wouldn't say adult
Or you
innuendos,
just
but it
think
definitely
they're
appeals to
adult.
adults. Like the stock exchange they have and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
yeah. We're running
I
out of
think
time,
90 to 95% of the people I street passed with at ComicCon were all playing Animal Crossing. And
There
you know
you
how
go.
you go to the Happy Home Academy?
though. Yeah.
And like the area fills up? It was full in 5 minutes. Like all 3 of the
Wow.
outlets were full in 5 minutes. I was like,
Wow.
this is not cool. This is really... Because then I have to go to all of them. And if you
It's
don't
just-
visit them, every time you still street pass with people, it just erases them. And not all of them, but like it takes one out and fills them in with new ones. So like you're missing out on a lot of opportunities to get cool stuff. And I was like, no, I have to go to all the houses and buy stuff.
I need to do that because I'm having trouble getting furniture that I want for the themes I'm collecting.
Well, no one in Colorado plays that.
I know.
Woo!
But we got
You
to
need
wrap
to go to a
up.
convention where that is the thing.
Minecon.
Like Minecon.
We got to wrap up though. I'm sorry, but we have to wrap up.
No, I want to go to Minecon.
We can probably do that.
Let's go
Can
now.
we all go to
Let's
Minecon
go right now.
together?
Right now.
Right now.
We'll all
Yes,
hold
if
hands
we
and
start
together.
walking now. We'll get there in time. I got friends with
Hi,
boobs.
And boobs.
Everything boob.
Everything boob. Thank you for
Ask
listening
for
to
my
the
name.
Everything Boob podcast. We have to go. We're out of time.
I'm
It's
telling
the
you.
dance!
It's the
See ya.
It's the tits.
It's my Jenga jam.
Oh man, I have this one too.
Everything new.
I love
It's the
Jenga. Does
tits.
anyone else play Jenga?
I haven't played it in years, but yeah.
There's human Jenga. I've seen like a life-size Jenga game.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay.
No.
Good night, everybody!
Bye everybody. Thanks for
Good
listening.
night.
Everythingboob.com.
Everythingboob.com. Don't forget it.
Do it now.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.